All right, folks. I'm here to help you today, hopefully help you today, construct a quiz in Microsoft Teams. So in Microsoft Teams, again, we've got our various classes down the left side here. Again, we've got our posts menu, our files menu. In order to construct a quiz and give a quiz through Teams, what we want to do is create that quiz in assignments. Now you can get there in one of two ways. Down in the lower part of your screen, you'll notice it says assignments on my iPad view here. So again, second thing from the left says assignments. The other option is press more on the top of the screen and press assignments right in the middle of the screen there. Now I want to construct a quiz that's going to be just basically collecting some student info. But again, you can construct this quiz to actually create a class quiz on whatever information you like. What I'm going to do is click in the upper right corner of the screen here. I'm going to hit that plus sign. Now it's going to ask me would I like to create a new assignment. Well, no, I don't want to create an assignment. I want to create a quiz, so that new quiz in the middle. Or I can create something from something I've previously created. Well, I want to create a new quiz. And so now it's going to ask me, okay, in Microsoft Forms, do I want to pick one of my old quizzes to upload, or do I want to create a new one? Well, what I'm going to do is create a new one. So in the middle of the screen there, you'll see that plus new form. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take me to Microsoft Office Forms. On the left side of the screen, you'll notice it says New Form or New Quiz. I want to click on New Quiz. And now it's just going to have me construct this quiz. So I'm going to put a title in there. I'm going to say that this is collecting personal information. If I want a description of that in any way, I can enter a description there. Otherwise, I can start adding questions. So let's say I want to collect their name first. So you'll notice I just clicked on a text question. And I'm just going to say, please enter your first name. Now, I highly recommend for sorting purposes later on, if you want to have them enter their name, I would have one question for their first name and maybe have them enter their last name as another question. So what I would do is go down to the bottom where it says add new. And now you'll notice for their first name, I probably don't need to give them points. So actually I should click there first. And let's go ahead and say that this is a 0-point question. But along the bottom there, it is going to be a required question. Right? I don't think it'll need to be a long answer, hopefully. And again, we could also click those triple dots and decide if we wanted to attach other options there. If it was a math question, again, the Microsoft Forms does have the chance to type in some math. So you can type square roots and things like that, but you could select math on there. Then I'm going to click Add New and construct another question. Now, if I want it to be a similar question to the last one, I can actually click off of there and click into the question. You'll notice in the upper right up here, and let me get rid of this little answers there, but right below where it says responses, you'll notice that little double piece of paper. Well, if I click on that, I can actually duplicate my question. Right? I can actually duplicate the question. So you'll notice now I'm on question number 2. And now I don't have to retype everything. I can just go in and edit my question. And instead of first name, how about we make it last name? So now I've got another question that the students will be ready and prepared to answer. It's already marked required. You know, it's got a lot of those things in there for you already. Well, let's add another question, maybe a multiple choice one this time. And we'll have that question maybe ask something about what is your favorite time of day to nap? Right, always a good thing to know. So, oops, click down into my option 1 here. So I'm going to say before noon. Make sure I click in there, afternoon, or all day is good. There we go. So all there is to it. Now let's say that there was a correct answer to that question. Again, as I'm clicked into the options, you'll notice on the right side there's a little trash can to delete your question, or you can add a little extra comment, and then there's a check mark. If you click that check mark, that makes the afternoon the correct answer to that question, which personally I would highly agree with. So again, point values. Maybe we'll make this a 1-point question. There could be multiple answers. So really, if we click that, Again, we should be able to mark multiple things correct. So maybe all day is good would be a better answer. We'll just have one right answer for this one. It's a required question again. And again, you've got some options down the side. If you'd rather make it a drop down, pick from question rather than showing them the answers, they can hit the drop down menu and choose their answer from there. You could always do that as well. Let's add another question here, maybe a rating question. How much do you love your math class? 5 stars is excellent. 1 star, only a little. All right, so we've got that all typed in there. Again, we've got our 5-star rating. We can rate it in stars or numbers. So I'm going to leave it as stars. And again, it's worth 1 point. Maybe we'll make that worth a 2-point question. That's a pretty fun question. So again, it's a required question. And again, you've got various things you can choose from down the side there. Right? And again, there's lots of different options on those styles of questions. Again, when I hit add new, if you hit that arrow on the right side, you've got Likert scales, and there's also a nice one. If you want them to upload a file at the end of your quiz, you can click File Upload. Again, the new folder is going to be created for you on OneDrive to upload those files. I'm going to hit OK, and maybe we'll say, please submit your latest piece of artwork. So they can take a photo of that and submit that for us. That would be thoroughly helpful. But again, we can limit their file size or how many files there are. Maybe this one's a 3-point question just because art's awesome. So there we go. All right, with all of those questions entered, again, just clicking out of the questions, this is now saved. You'll notice at the top, personal information saved. So this is now saved into your file full of forms that you've created. So let's go back, right, to Teams, and let's load this in. So now again, I'm going to go back to Create. I'm going to create a new quiz. I want to edit an old one I've made. But now you'll notice on my list, the top option is Personal Information. So I'm going to click on that one and press Next. And that quiz will now be attached to my Teams. So again, if you have any particular instructions, please fill out all questions in one sitting. Or if you want to limit what time of day or what day they can take this, again, you can click on those due dates at the bottom. So you can do that down there. If you click into edit, the assignment will post immediately with late turn-ins allowed. So again, you can edit that kind of thing. If you schedule it, that'll tell you when it will open and close. Late quizzes are still allowed. If you put in a closing date, you'll notice now they can't do that after the date. So it will completely close down at that time. Now, I'm going to leave this one wide open, so I'm not going to worry too much on that. But again, if I press Assign, now that assignment should pop up in my assignments. Let me go find in my Teams here. Sorry for a little bit of clicking around here. In my assignments, there we go, it's popping up. Now you can see that personal information quiz is assigned. All kids have to do is click on it, and they'll be taken to the quiz to take your form. I hope that helps you, again, create quiz assignments. Also glance around a little bit around Teams. If you have any questions, talk to your coworkers, and have a great day.